Stress of printing family photos. Fortunately, I use Chatbooks, the app that automatically turns my Instagram photos into adorable photo books. Think about all those photos you've already posted to your Instagram account. That's a whole collection of Chatbooks waiting to happen. Just connect to your account, review, and order. Holy sweet Meghan Markle, it worked! Chatbooks. Live your life and let Chatbooks print it, one $10 book at a time.
Deb, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're the CEO of Ancestry. You've been in that role for a bit. Ancestry has been such a major part of the Silicon Slopes ecosystem, the history of Silicon Slopes. And over 30 years ago, the company was actually founded right here in Utah Valley. What attracted you to Ancestry and made you want to join the company to lead it to its future?
You know, when I got the call about the company, I was really excited because I'm actually really, really passionate about family history. My parents, even though they had immigrated to the United States and we lived in a small town in the South, they made it a point to connect us back with our family. So they would save up for years so we could actually travel back to Asia to see our relatives. We kept in touch. And I just saw that Ancestry was just so incredible about connecting you to your family, to learn about your background, but also it's a technology company. And my background's technology, and there's an opportunity to connect people through our technology products, you know, whether it's from DNA records and actually finding, you know, your roots, but also it's actually like, you know, creating the story of your family and capturing it and doing it with your cousins and your aunts and uncles. And so, you know, when this opportunity came up, I was very excited because, you know, there's such an opportunity for us to build a technology platform that allows us to help people capture their family history and tell their family story.
And you came here from Facebook. You oversaw the development of Facebook Marketplace. In fact, Facebook Marketplace was your idea. What made you think of this product and what your journey was to develop it?
You know, what's funny is when I left, Sheryl Sandberg actually wrote a note saying goodbye, and she shared the story of how when I met her actually over 11 years ago and interviewed for the company, I pitched her on the equivalent of Facebook Marketplace. I was actually at the company for over 5 years before we actually started working on the product, but I kind of advocated, you know, basically a type of community commerce where people can buy and sell from each other, where businesses can participate. And it was just seemed really natural as part of social networking that we would be able to do social commerce. And, you know, it was a long journey. We made a lot of mistakes along the way, but at the same time, it became just a product that was really incredible. And I believe that this past week, they shared that 1 billion people now use the product.
Isn't that amazing? To be a part of something like that? That's so cool.
It is such an incredible journey, and I was so excited to see us hit that major milestone.
Unbelievable. So, I'd love to get your perception. You live in Silicon Valley, you know, ingrained in that community, having come from Facebook. What is your sense of Silicon Slopes in Utah from the Silicon Valley perspective?
Yeah, you know, Utah is one of the best states in the US for businesses. You have an educated workforce. At the same time, it's also seeing entrepreneurs be able to build businesses in different places and still get funding and growth while having kind of a workforce that can afford housing and to be able to have lots of opportunity. That's what's really great about Utah, and especially Silicon Slopes, is it's such an opportunity to really take your idea and see it come to life and yet be in a place that's also affordable and where you can find great talent.
And you recently announced this new vision for Ancestry. Can you tell us more about your vision and kind of what you see as Ancestry's future?
You know, we want to make Ancestry a place for everyone to be able to tell their family story that they can discover. So really find, you know, content, discover their relatives. They can craft so they can actually tell the stories and then connect, really build community around the family history and stories that they have to tell. And that's the new vision that we hope for Ancestry is it's been an incredible 3 decades, but there's so much more we can do.
With Ancestry's continued growth in Silicon Slopes and Lehigh, what kind of skills will Ancestry be looking for to fuel that growth? And what type of talent are you looking to recruit?
Well, part of it is the product is incredibly personal. So we're trying to bring together different perspectives and diverse perspectives and a lot of skill sets to help us build the product that the world is looking for. We want to operate as one ancestry, and we have these values that we live by, which is pioneer relentlessly, be customer obsessed, empower each other. And we have a lot of plans for the future. I mean, the skills that we're looking for is really to bring different perspectives, to bring passion and creativity as we kind of hire and we build out teams, both product, engineering, marketing, and we're taking these ideas and actually bringing them to execution.
And as you think about the next 5 years, what do you envision for Ancestry's product experience?
What we're hoping is that we can take a product that's been beloved by so many and make it available to everyone. Right now, our product is primarily a product where you collect, you share your family tree, and you're able to share that. But what if we built it so that people can talk to each other about the content that they're sharing? What if we can create ways for you to craft a unique story where you can capture your experiences and the stories behind all of those? Those are all incredibly important parts of what we need to do.
And based on your product background, what are the technology best practices that every company should embrace to be successful? What advice do you have for the companies here on Silicon Slopes when it comes to product?
I think the most important thing that technology companies can do is really have a learning mindset. Grow, iterate, ship. Because it's really important to constantly be pushing yourselves to look for what is the next opportunity? How can we build this better? What are the ways that we can serve customers better? The great thing about technology is you build it for 10 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, you can scale. And that's what's so powerful about the work that we do. But it's also important that you really find that one user problem, you keep iterating on it. What is the thing we want to solve? What is the vision that we have in the world? And really seeing technology companies iterate and actually moving fast to solve problems and learning how to solve those problems will be important.
And finally, it's so interesting. You've got an interesting challenge ahead, but obviously your experience lends very well to this, and I have no doubt you'll be successful. Ancestry is a global company, but the product currently is just so personal. And so how does the company address kind of that diverse consumer needs with such a personal product?
I think one of the most important things is really having diverse voices as our advisors, talking to people in the community and really engaging with the community of people who are already on Ancestry. But also, how are we talking to the people who aren't here yet? Our product was built a certain way over the many, many years, but the people who aren't using it are the ones we want to serve in the future. So really asking those questions, doing user research, but also engaging with those communities to really understand the unique and diverse needs of each individual will be really important as we go global, because things are different in how different communities all over the world care about their family, but how they want to capture it, the structure of how those families look, each of those things are important as part of the product. And we do have a lot of work to do to make sure those voices are actually built and actually show up in our product.
Deb, thank you so much. We're so excited that you are part of the Silicon Slopes community. Ancestry is so lucky to have you as its CEO. I'm confident we'll have you involved in various Silicon Slopes things in the future. Thank you so much for spending some time here today, and look forward to working with you and speaking with you in the future.
Thank you so much for